Yo, what is going on YouTube, GZTV? We are closing out the NBA season, and here we have it. Great night of basketball, or all sorts of different games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different games tonight that I want to talk about. There was so much good basketball. No games tomorrow. Obviously, I'm not doing NBA recaps this weekend anyway. But yeah, the play-in is going to be set very, very soon, so that is exciting. Let's see, what else? Let's just get into it. Starting with the Bulls and the Wizards game, we're just talking about all close games, and this does have playoff implications for the Bulls who are trying to maybe move up a spot. I don't know what's going on, or keep the home. I don't know the situation, but it's still a fun game. Rookie Adama Sonogo has 22 points and 20 rebounds to shatter career highs. The Bulls beat the Wizards by 2. Hell of a game for the rookie. Great scoring, great rebounding. Obviously, we saw him make a March Madness run for the Natty with UConn, I think, last year. Yeah. And now we're seeing him in the NBA, and that's really dope. Obviously, the Chicago Bulls sitting all their guys to kind of close out the regular season, so they're ready for the play-in game on Tuesday, which I'm super duper excited about. I can't wait to see the seedings kind of be determined. But Javonte Green getting to the rim this game. This was a pretty fun game. I mean, for like how starter depleted this game was, it was actually pretty fun. Dalen Terry had a nasty dunk. I mean, he was hitting tough shots all game. Javon Carter was hitting big threes. By the way, this video is going to be super long because there are just a fuck ton of games. I think every team plays today, and every team plays Sunday to close the season out. So, looking at the Bulls, you get 11 points, 15 rebounds for Torrey Craig, who shot 75% from 3. You get 20 points for Kobe White, 24 for Javonte Green while shooting 67%. He has been on a tear lately. Maybe he's a rotational guy going into next year. This was a great game for the Bulls without their starters. 22 points, 20 rebounds for Sonogo, 20 points, 12 assists for Javon Carter, shooting 50% from 3. I mean, an absolutely wonderful, amazing showing from these guys. You look at the Washington Wizards, shout out to Patrick Baldwin. He's from the Milwaukee area. He played college there, and he's played around this area and stuff, so that's really cool. 18 points, 12 rebounds. You get 23 points out of Corey Kispert, and you get 24 points, 12 rebounds from Deni Avdija, who I'm really excited to watch his career kind of flesh out. He shot 60%. 15 points, 10 assists for Jared Butler off the bench, shooting 33% from 3, 67%. This was a great showing from both teams. Obviously, like guys like Julian Champagnie could have did a little more off the bench for this team, but at the end of the day, it was still some pretty fun basketball, like bench warmers getting their shot in front of a crowd. So that's really fun. Moving on to the Pacers and the Cavaliers, though, this is probably one of the more important games of the day. Because Donovan Mitchell scores 33 points. The Cavaliers clinch a playoff spot. They win by 9 against the Pacers. Obviously, we will get into the playoff picture here in a little bit. The only thing that really updated from tonight is that the Cavs are for sure making the playoffs. Yeah, obviously great scoring from both Donovan Mitchell and Jared Allen tonight. This is a huge game for them. The biggest game of the season, debatably, for them right now up to this point. Obviously great rebounding for Jared Allen as well. They get a playoff spot. Yeah, man, huge shots for Darius Garland, shaking defenders. I love watching him play. Miles Turner got up and threw it down. Really, really good game here. Isaac Okoro was hitting tough shots. Jared Allen was hitting tough shots all game. This wasn't a great game for the Pacers. It wasn't bad. I mean, Tyrese Haliburton put up 19 points, 12 assists, shot 40% from 3. I would say it's a pretty mediocre game for them. You'd like to see a guy like Ben Shepherd come off the bench and maybe do a little more. I don't really know, though. So it's also just a really good game for the Cavs. Give them credit. I mean, 29 points, 13 rebounds for Jared Allen. You get 33 points for Donovan Mitchell while shooting 40% from 3. So, yeah, good game for the Cavs. And it looks like we are not going to be seeing them this coming Tuesday. They have stamped their spot into the playoffs. Obviously, Sunday, all that's going to happen. We're going to go over the complete playoff picture. I think the plan starts on Tuesday, so I think we're going to be doing all sorts of different videos. We have a lot of content lined up here. Obviously, the future video we're going to be doing, I think we're just going to do a live stream of the playoff predictions. We'll see. Monday will be an interesting day. Moving on to the Nets and the Knicks game. Knicks top the Nets by 4. They earn a home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs, and they stay alive for number 2. So they've clinched 3 and up, so that means they're guaranteed to be a home, or 1 through 4. They've clinched one of those seeds, so that's nice of them. They can actually get home court advantage in the first round. The New York Knicks will be at Madison Square Garden to begin the first round of the playoffs. That's great. Obviously, that's a great atmosphere. Yeah, definitely an atmosphere that those guys want to play in. But yeah, OG Anunoby was getting some big time dunks. Really fun game here. Jalen Brunson is going to be Jalen Brunson. Hit tough shots, make it difficult for anyone. Jericho Sims was blocking shots. Mikal Bridges was playing good defense. This was a game of pretty good defense, and sometimes just better offense. Shout out to the boy Trenton Watford. He put up 17 points, 13 rebounds, shot 50% from 3, 60% overall. 41 points for Cam Thomas, obviously a rising star in this league. They weren't able to get it done, though. Very shitty. What is going on with Mikal Bridges? I really don't understand what's happening there. Really shitty game for Mikal Bridges. Obviously, they brought Jalen Wilson off the bench to kind of fill in for him while he wasn't playing good. I just don't understand that. He went from being like a most improved candidate late last year, the last second, to this. I don't understand it. But shout out to Jalen Brunson, really just carrying today for the New York Knicks, putting up 30 points and 11 assists. I mean, he's going to be him. Obviously, it really sucks for the Knicks hearing the news about Julius Randle, but still pretty good stuff from them. Moving on to the Lakers and the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies somehow made this a close one. I don't know what the hell happened, but this was a really good game for the Lakers nonetheless. LeBron James scores 37. Anthony Davis finishes with 36. The Lakers beat the Grizzlies by 3. Great scoring tonight for LeBron, especially in the final minute of the game, just hitting big shots after big shot after big shot. And obviously, him and AD are scoring the rock, rebounding the rock at high levels. Whoever has to play them in the first round, it is going to be a tough one. I'm telling you right now. So, obviously, the Grizzlies don't have all their guys, but still a really, really good effort for the Lakers. G.G. Jackson was making it kind of hard. LeBron Showtime, hitting flashy dunks in the clutch. That's how good he is. Obviously, Anthony Davis was getting to the rim, playing on both sides of the ball as well, playing really good defense. I think he had, how many blocks did he have this game? Yeah, he had 2, but I mean, the box score doesn't say everything. So yeah, Anthony Davis and LeBron just completely leading the way. Anthony Davis, 36 points, 14 rebounds. He shot 50%. LeBron puts up 37 while shooting 65%. We are looking at the best basketball player ever, without a doubt. There's no longer an argument for that. LeBron is the best basketball player to ever step foot on this court. We're not seeing anyone else at the age of 39 do this, ever. It will never happen again. I promise you that. But looking at the Grizzlies played really, really good. I mean, Jake LaRavia put up 28 points, shot 50% from 3. 31 points for G.G. Jackson, who's going to have an amazing sophomore year in this league. 23 points, 17 rebounds for Jordan Goodwin. Scottie Pippen Jr. put up 28. I mean, this has to be filling the Grizzlies with so much hope for the next season. I mean, you can't really blame them for losing. They obviously don't have, their big men. They haven't had Steven Adams all year. They haven't had Jaren Jackson for some time. There's not much they can do. Their starting center is Trey Jameson. I've never heard of him before. So, yeah, there's not much they can do. Shout out to them, though, for putting up a great effort, having great performances. There were some wild NBA games today. But moving on to the Hawks and the Timberwolves game, Rudy Gobert's big night lifts the Timberwolves past the Hawks and into a first-place tie in the West. Things are getting rocky. Things are getting intense over in the West. Rudy Gobert's a damn machine. He's one of the most underrated players in the league, scoring the rock, rebounding the rock, blocking shots. I mean, holy shit, this guy is incredible. I might have to get a damn jersey of him at some point because he's just so underappreciated in our league. Yeah, man, they move into a 3-way tie for first place, obviously. They won by 3. And obviously, Cat returned. That should be a big storyline from today as well. He came back. He was dishing the rock around. Anthony Edwards was hitting shots. Rudy Gobert just being such a good at-the-rim player in general. Just doing everything at the rim at a very high level. Mike Conley was hit a couple shots this game. the Hawks are just not playing that good right now. I mean, Clint Capella had 13 points, 11 rebounds, shot 75%, but that's really about it. I think this is the first time in a while, though, that DeJounte and Trae Young have been on the court together. But I don't know. I don't know if the starters are that much of a problem as, like, the bench. You get a complete waste of minutes out of a guy like Garrison Matthews, where he's just hitting cardio and fouling the entire time. It is what it is. Man, Rudy Gobert, 25 points, 19 rebounds. Didn't miss a single shot. Like, why is no one talking about this at all? Mike Conley had 13 points, 10 assists, shot 33% from three. I mean, it's just Rudy Gobert and Mike Conley, man. It's a great game for Rudy Gobert. Holy shit. I just cannot believe, the player he's become in our league. Like, if he played in the 90s, he might be, like, up there with Shaq. I'm not even kidding you. And it's kind of ironic because Shaq hates on this guy constantly. But, dude, he is a fucking great basketball player. But, moving on here, Nuggets and Spurs, pretty much the main event of the night. What a damn game. I wasn't able to watch that much basketball because I was kind of focused on other things, like content-wise. But Devontae Graham and the Spurs stun the Nuggets, who fall into a three-way tie atop the West. Nuggets kind of choked here because they kind of solidified, not that anyone really wants the 1 seed in the West, but they could have solidified something there, and they weren't able to. Yeah, Devontae Graham converted a floater in the lane with 0.9 seconds remaining. It's a very damaging loss, and it's a crazy win for the Spurs. What a crazy sequence. Dramatic finish to the game. Shout out to Devontae Graham, a guy I've always wanted to see thrive in the league. I've loved watching him play, with the Hornets and stuff. Reggie Jackson was passing the rock around. Wemby went off. Holy cow. 17-point third quarter, pulling up in the logo, like doing things that we've never seen a 7-footer do. Not a 7'4" guy, 7-footer period, maybe besides KD. Like, this is absolutely incredible. Tough shot after tough shot the entire game. It's not like they were letting him score either. Like, this was genuinely a great performance for Wemby. But taking a look at the Nuggets, you get 22 points and 12 assists from Jokic, who shot 50% from three. You get 35 points from Jamal Murray. I will say KCP kind of had a lackluster performance, wasn't really getting involved offensively, which kind of sucks. I don't know. I guess Christian Brown definitely could use some more minutes over him at times. Like, I really think that the Nuggets should honestly, like, experiment with that. Like, maybe start Christian Brown every now and then, which sounds crazy, but he's actually pretty damn good. I guess he's better off the bench. But this was still a really good game from the Spurs as well. I don't know who this guy is. Mamou Kalashvi. I think he played on the Bucks maybe or something. Or no, that's a Papa's something. I don't know. This Mamou guy put up 21 points, 12 rebounds, shot 60% from three. I don't think we'll ever see that again out of a guy of his caliber. Wemby, 34 points, 12 rebounds. Goodness gracious. It's an absolutely monster stat line, especially for a rookie. Shout out to Trey Jones as well, 14 points, 10 assists while shooting 50% from three. So really, really big game here for the San Antonio Spurs. Moving on up next, we have, let me just keep on looking here, make sure we get all the games. We have the Pelicans and the Warriors next, which was a pretty important game. CJ McCollum scores 28 points. The Pelicans hold off the Warriors by 5 to help the playoff position. That was a huge win for them to be able to help clinch some spots. Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors realize they will have a hard road to reach the playoffs. I mean, especially like looking around them, looking at some of these play-in teams they have to play. And again, I'll be doing some predictions coming up soon. But yeah, CJ McCollum was firing the rock from three, shaking defenders, hitting insanely big shots. Obviously, Zion was making it tough all game. I mean, that's a crazy scoring duo. 3J and freaking Zion. Goodness. CP3 hit some threes. All right, there's a 3 in his name, boys. No, I'm just kidding. He hit a 3. What am I talking about? Man, really good game for the Pelicans. You get 26 points out of Zion Williamson shooting 50% from 3. I think the fat joke should kind of go away. 28 points for 3J, CJ McCollum, and shout out to Trey Murphy because he has had some really big, really streaky shooting nights recently. He put up 24 points. He shot 67% overall. Phenomenal game for him. You kind of look at the Warriors. I mean, Draymond Green put up 12 rebounds and 11 assists, but he didn't take a single shot in 36 minutes, which I think is a problem genuinely. Like, a lot of defenders play like drop coverage on Draymond. He didn't take a single shot. That is ridiculous. But, shout out to TJD. He's continued to have a great role with the team. 10 points, 11 rebounds. Steph's doing everything he can. 33 points. It's just when you have a guy, I understand, why Draymond starts, and I understand why he has such a role on this team. But, when you have a guy in your starting lineup that doesn't take a single shot the entire game, I think there is a problem somewhere. Obviously, even Kevon Looney off the bench can shoot more shots than him. In 8 minutes, he put up 6 points. I don't know. I feel like, I guess Kuminga not playing kind of hurts them too, but such a weird one. Moving on, we have 3 more games left. This was a jam-packed night. Rockets Trailblazers obviously has no implications anymore, but Jalen Green is 26 points. Houston cruises to a 9-point win over Portland. Obviously, Jalen Green continuing to have a pretty solid stretch here. Great scoring. Portland's final game at home spoiled the last homecoming. Scoot Henderson, though, so athletic. He's able to use his athleticism at a level, and I think he could be a really good player if he can do that. Obviously Aaron Holiday was dishing the rock. Jeff Green was throwing it down. Jabari Smith was making tough shots. Really good game for the Rockets. Shout out to, Amin Thompson's been pretty consistent for them lately. 17 points, 15 rebounds, shooting 50%. You get 20 points out of Jock Landale, which is huge. You get 26 points out of Jalen Green while shooting 50%. So shout out to them. Obviously, the Trailblazers are just kind of getting ready for their off season. You get 30 points out of Scoot Henderson, 28 points, 10 rebounds off the bench for Delano Banton, who at the very last second of the season has shown some flashes of amazing qualities. Obviously, again, not having Anthony Simons hurts because we have a guy like Rupert who is a rookie starting. We really need to let him come off the bench and get him a chance. At this point, though, I think Banton should definitely start over him. It is what it is. Banton has a little more experience in the league, so I feel like he should probably start, but it doesn't really matter. It's a toilet bowl at the end of the day. Moving on to Jazz and Clippers. I don't know how the Clippers let the Jazz win, but Jazz beat the Clippers by 1. LA earns home court advantage for the first round and locks in the 4th seed. So they're guaranteed that, teams are starting to lock stuff in. Reserve Kenneth Lofton, though, for the Jazz. We've seen him kind of bounce around the NBA, but he's doing pretty solid, and Utah had his best game of the season. And, they were able to win. They hang on at the buzzer. Obviously, guys like Kobe Brown getting big opportunities, playing great defense for the Clippers. But Keontae George is just too smooth. Great player. Mason Plumlee was throwing it down. Yeah, Kenny Lofton's just awesome. Just a big body. Represents us chubby guys, really well. So, obviously, he has a lot more, muscle and shit than me. But shout out to Kenny. Mr. Lofton, 6'6", 275. That is a fucking behemoth. Yikes. Voice crack. Yeah, he's really the reason they won. He put up 27 points. That's really all they needed. I don't know what this Clippers game was. You get 20 points from Bones Highland, but other than that, what the hell just happened? PJ Tucker, I've had complaints about him over the years. If you watch the channel, he just goes out there and does a whole lot of fucking nothing. He had 5 fucking rebounds and 1 steal in 20 minutes. I don't know what the hell was going on, what this rotation was. They really don't have anyone to play for him because of Kawhi being out, but weird game. Moving on to the Suns and the Kings, probably one of the best games of the night and had some crazy playoff implications. Kevin Durant scores 28 points. Yusuf Nurkic makes a late free throw. The Suns beat the Kings by 1. Huge free throw for Yusuf Nurkic. Yeah, great scoring for Kevin Durant, and Nurkic clutched it up, so they win. And obviously great defense from Phoenix on that final possession to help them win. Pretty solid game. I was watching a decent amount at the end of it. De'Aaron Fox was hitting threes. But KD, though. KD is just such a tough guy to play against in this league. The dude put up 28 points while shooting 55%. You don't see that often. The only other players in the league that really do stuff like that is Jokic and Shea. I think that's really it. Everyone else doesn't shoot as good of a percentage. But 10 points, 10 rebounds from Nurkic as well. Pretty solid game, shooting 60%. Bradley Beal went for 20. He shot 33% from 3. Devin Booker went for 21. He shot 50% from 3. So they were shooting the rock pretty well. Obviously, Sabonis is going to do his thing. 25 points, 12 rebounds, 67% from three, 50% overall. You get 23 points from Keegan Murray, 23 for De'Aaron. You would like to see guys like Davion Mitchell come off the bench and help them a little more, give them kind of that extra push to win. But it is what it is. Not everything is perfect. As we get into Sunday, this is going to be a huge day. This is where everyone is kind of clinching playoff stuff. A fuck ton of... Why are there so many games at 12? Holy shit. Sunday's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be like we're watching the damn NFL. But some good games I'm looking forward to. Bucks are playing the Magic. Suns, Timberwolves will be a fun one. Lakers, Pelicans, Mavs, Thunder. Let's see, what else? I mean, that's really about it, but there's so many damn games on Sunday. I think every team is playing, but leave a like, comment, subscribe. Coming up on the channel tomorrow, we will have a Steph Curry gameplay. Just got done recording that, and then obviously we'll do like a little Soprano live stream kind of discussing that. Still have to work on this project. It's not really going well, but yeah, I'm probably going to do a couple of these simulations of this college league I have going on. Maybe I can make some YouTube videos on that once we get to the March Madness playoffs. But yeah, it's actually